Alert, good job. The answer was word. The first line uses alert to show the answer array one last time. The second line uses alert again to congratulate the winning player. / exit the game loop break. Else if guess length equals 1. Alert. Please enter a single letter. Else / update the game state with the guess for var j equals 0, j length j. If word j equals guess, answer array void equals guess, remaining letters dash / the end of the game loop / show the answer and congratulate the player. Alert answer array join. Alert, good job. The answer was word. If the game doesn't run, make sure that you typed in everything correctly. If you make a mistake, the JavaScript console can help you find it. For example, if you misspell a variable name, you will see something like figure 7 to 6 with a pointer to where you made your mistake. Figure 7 to 6. A JavaScript error in the Chrome console. If you click hangman.html30, you will see the exact line where the error is. In this case, it's showing us that we misspelled remaining letters as remaining letter at the start of the while loop. Try playing the game a few times. 2. Yes, it worked the way you expected it to work? Can you imagine the code you wrote running in the background as you play it? In just a few pages, you've created your first JavaScript game. As you can see, loops and conditionals are essential for creating games or any other interactive computer program. Without these control structures, a program just begins and ends. In Chapter 8, we'll use functions to package up code so you can run it from different parts of your programs. Here are some challenges to build on and improve the Hangman game you created in this chapter. 1 more words. Add your own words to the words array. Remember to enter words in all lowercase. 2 capital letters. If a player guesses a capital letter, it won't match a lowercase letter in the secret word. To address this potential problem, convert the player's guess to lowercase. Hint: you can use the lowercase method to convert a string to lowercase. 3 limiting guesses. Our Hangman game gives a player unlimited guesses. Add a variable to track the number of guesses and end the game if the player runs out of guesses. Hint: check this variable in the same while loop that checks whether remaining letters 0. As we did in Chapter 2, you can use to check whether 2 Boolean conditions are true. For fixing a bug. There's a bug in the game if you keep guessing the same correct letter, remaining letters will keep decrementing. Can you fix it? Hint: you could add another condition to check whether a value in answer array is still an underscore. If it's not an underscore, then that letter must have been guessed already. A function is a way to bundle code so that it can be reused. Functions allow us to run the same piece of code from multiple places in a program without having to copy and paste the code repeatedly. Also, by hiding long bits of code in a function and giving it an easy-to-understand name, you will be better able to plan out your code because you can focus on organizing your functions rather than all of the little code details that make them up. Splitting up your code into smaller, more manageable pieces allows you to see the bigger picture and think about how your programs are structured at a higher level. You will find functions really useful when you need to repeatedly perform a calculation or action throughout a program. Earlier in the book, you used various functions such as math.random, math.floor, alert, prompt, and confirm. In this chapter, you will learn how to create your own functions. Figure 8:1 shows how a function is built. The code between the curly brackets is called the function body, just as the code between the curly brackets in a loop is called the loop body. Figure 8:1. T. Key syntax for creating a function. Let's create a simple function that prints hello world. Enter the following code in the browser console. Use Shift-Enter to start each new line without executing the code. Var our first function equals function. Console.log hello world. This code creates a new function and saves it in the variable our first function. To run the code inside a function, the function body, we need to call the function. To call a function, you enter its name followed by a pair of opening and closing parentheses, as shown here. Our first function. Hello world. Calling our first function executes the body of the function, which is console.log hello world. And the text we ask to be printed is displayed on the next line, hello world. But if you call this function in your browser, you will notice that there's a third line, with a little left-facing arrow, as shown in figure 8:2. T. This is the return value of the function. Figure 8:2. Calling a function with an undefined return value. A return value is the value that a function outputs, which can then be used elsewhere in your code. In this case, the return value is undefined because we didn't tell the function to return any particular value in the body of the function. All we did was ask it to print a message to the console, which is not the same as returning a value. A function always returns undefined unless there is something in the function body that tells it to return a different value. Look at how to specify a return value in returning values from functions. Note in the Chrome console and in the code listings throughout this book, return values are always color-coded based on data type, while text printed with console.log is always plain black. Our first function just prints the same line of text every time you call it, but you will probably want your functions to be more flexible than that. Function arguments allow us to pass values into a function in order to change the function's behavior when it's called. Arguments always go between the function parentheses, both when you create the function and when you call it. The following say hello to function uses an argument name. To say hello to someone you specify. Var say hello to equals function name. Console.log hello name. We create the function in the first line and assign it to the variable say hello to. When the function is called, it logs the string hello name, replacing name with whatever value you pass to the function as an argument. Figure 8:3 shows the syntax for a function with one argument. Figure 8:3. Th. Syntax for creating a function with one argument. To call a function that takes an argument, place the value you'd like to use for the argument between the parentheses following the function name. FO. Our example, to say hello to Nick, you would write, say hello to Nick. Hello Nick. Or, to say hello to Lyra, write, say hello to Lyra. Hello Lyra. Each time we call the function, the argument we pass in for name is included in the string printed by the function. So, when we pass in Nick, the console prints hello Nick. And when we pass in Lyra, it prints hello Lyra. Example, the function drawCats prints cat faces like this, eyes closed face. To the console, we tell the function how many cats to print using the argument how many times. Var drawCats equals function how many times. For var I equals 0, I. Console.log equals. The body of the function is a for loop that loops as many times as the how many times argument tells it to, since the variable I starts at 0 and repeats until it increments to how many times -1. Each time through the loop, the function logs the string I, eyes closed face. Hey race, what happens when we call this function with the argument 5 for how many times? Draw cats 5. 0, eyes closed face. 1, eyes closed face. 2, eyes closed face. 3, eyes closed face. 4, eyes closed face. Try it out with how many times equal to 100 to print 100 cat faces. Enter the arguments between the parentheses after the function keyword, separating them by commas. Figure 8-4 shows the syntax for a function with 2 arguments. Figure 8-4. Th. E syntax for creating a function with 2 arguments. The following function, print multiple times, is like draw cats except that it has a second argument called whatadraw. Var print multiple times equals function how many times, whatadraw. For var I equals 0, I. Console.log whatadraw. The print multiple times function prints the string you enter for whatadraw as many times as you specify with the argument how many times. T. His second argument tells the function what to print, and the first argument tells the function how many times to print it. When calling a function with multiple arguments, insert the values you wish to use between the parentheses following the function name, separated by commas. For example, to print out cat faces using this new print multiple times function, you'd call it like this. Print multiple times 5 equals dot equals 0, eyes closed face. 1, eyes closed face. 2, eyes closed face. 3, eyes closed face. 4, eyes closed face. Each time. To draw the character 2 times, you could write print multiple times 2. 0. 1. In this case, we pass in 2 for how many times and for whatadraw. The functions we've looked at so far have all printed text to the console using console.log.